Hi guys, I'm back. Today I decided to talk about this topic, which would be dear to a lot of people's hearts, and it's death. And I just want to first and foremost, R.I.P. Rest in peace, Kobe Bryant and his daughter Gigi. They passed early this week in a helicopter accident, and it was very fatal. And there was like 9 people in the helicopter that passed away. So R.I.P. to those people. And I just I just want to ask, why do we see death as devastating? I know that we love those people that have passed, that are dear to us, that are close to us. We miss them. But I would just ask you to see death from a different perspective, because death is inevitable, isn't it? Yeah? But before I go deep into that, I would just like to share my own story about a lost one, my brother. He was the youngest out of 4 siblings. There were 4 of us. I've got one older brother, then it's me, then it's the third brother, then the fourth brother. So it was the fourth brother that passed away. And he passed away pretty young. He was 9, I think, when he passed away. And I was about 13, 14, around that age. And he lived in Nigeria with my parents, and I lived over here at that time, with one of my aunties. And when he passed, the day he passed, or later on that day that he passed, because I think he passed early hours of the morning. Yeah? Okay. So later on that day, I was getting in the shower. I woke up in the morning, got into the shower, but I felt this presence. I felt this presence that it was weird, but I couldn't make sense of it at that time. And obviously, being the age that I was, I couldn't understand it. So later on that day, I was summoned. I was told to come to my other auntie's house, which I used to stay as well. But I was told to come there, where they would break the news to me that my younger brother had passed. It was really, really devastating. You would think, why was it? Because we didn't spend much time together. But when my mum had him, from a young child, as a baby, he's always coming and going to London. Him and my mum would always travel to come and see me. So even the boys from my estate, they loved him. Like, every time he came, when he grew to a certain age, like when he came, they would take him, knock on my door, take him to go and play basketball, football, and just take him to the local park in the area. And he used to have so much fun. But his energy, his spirit was amazing. He was a special boy. He was really, really special. So yeah, and even when my mum came over, she used to tell me stories about him. And even over there in Lagos, where we lived, everyone loved him in the area. Everybody loved my brother. They would call him Bobo, but his name was Farouk. But yeah, he was such a lovely energy. And okay, so before he passed away, my mum's friend came to the house, and I think that she promised Farouk something, a toy or a gift, I think it was. But so when the lady came down, let's say her name is Auntie Bossett. Okay, let's spice it up a bit. Let's say her name is Auntie Bossett. I don't know her name, but yeah, she came over. Auntie Bossett came over, and Farouk said to the lady, he said to her, "Where's the gift that you promised me?" And she said, "Oh, I forgot, for Babo, don't worry, I'll bring it tomorrow." Do you know what he said to her? He said, "Tomorrow is going to be too late." Yeah? Tomorrow is going to be too late. So, going back to, the death talk, yeah? Because before the next day, he had passed away. He died. And so this is why when people say, "Oh, I'll do it later, I'll do it tomorrow, I'll check on that person tomorrow, I'll give a call to that person tomorrow," I don't really believe in that, because my brother said tomorrow will be too late. And this is what I want us to look at death. how I want us to look at death, as it's a wake-up call. It's a wake-up call for us to live to our full, true, divine self. We don't know tomorrow. We don't know. We always make plans, but we don't know when our time is up. We wasn't born here to be here forever. You know? We are born, some of us don't even make it past 5 months. Some of us don't even make it out of the hospital as babies. Some of us live to 100. We just don't know, do we? Okay? And why don't we see death as, because everything is a perception, isn't it? So I believe that my belief system, it's like, if someone passes away and then the other people that are left are weeping, mourning, and it's good to mourn over your loved one. I this is my perception. Like, I could be wrong. Yeah, this is just what I believe. Yeah, it's good to mourn over your loved one, but what if they can't ascend? If you're always crying, you're always in turmoil, you're always in sadness, what if they can't ascend? What if you're blocking them from moving forward? Okay? What if, why don't we see death as something that is to be celebrated? Yes, some people go in a horrible way. And I lost a friend that went in a horrible way in 2019. It had nothing to do with him. It was, and he got murdered. And that was devastating to us, and it's still devastating to us. But because I'm on a different mindset, I try not to let it hurt me as much as it would have, like my brother's passing did. Yeah? So when someone dies, why don't we see it as something to be celebrated? That we send them on their way in peace and in love. And then we see death, like when we hear about it, why shouldn't that be a wake-up call for us? Why shouldn't that be, when we hear about death, why shouldn't that be, what are we doing here? What is our purpose? What mark do we want to leave on the earth? What do we want to leave for our children? What legacy are we going to leave? Are we just gonna die and take our talent to the grave? This is the time to start asking ourselves, why are we here? What can I give? Because death could be round the corner for some of us. We just don't know. I pray for long life and prosperity for all of us, but we just don't know. Death it can be a very sad thing, but I would say to the people that have lost their loved ones, how about they're looking at you now, right now, and they want you to do so well. They don't want you to be broken. They don't want you to be sad. They don't want you to give up on your life, on your children. They want you to be happy. Because you don't even know, they're probably happy where they are. We just don't know. But why don't we choose a positive mindset? Like I said, I've had a loss dear to me. My brother was amazing. He was an amazing spirit. Like, there was a story that my mum shared with me as well. Like, she was going to Dubai. My mum used to go to Dubai and stuff and buy shoe and bag and, sell them gold, sell them on. She was a businesswoman. And she was living in Nigeria. She needed to get a visa to go to Dubai this particular time. And she had been there twice and they denied her the visa. And my brother, he was so small. He's such a small, with curly hair, brown skin, chocolate, he looked mixed race, but we're nowhere near mixed race. Like, my mum is African, Nigerian, my dad, same. So he looked mixed race, he had curly hair, big fluffy hair, brown chocolate, and he was saying to my mum, because my mum was explaining, because she was crying, and he was like, why didn't you, she explained to him, because he was like, why are you crying, mum? She was like, oh, they're not giving my visa, I need to go away to go and get more goods so I can sell and stuff. And he was like, well, it's your fault, because because you should have taken me with you. You would have definitely got your visa if you took me with you. So she books another appointment. She takes my little brother. They give her the visa. Even when they used to travel to Dubai, they used to think that he was from over there. He was Arab. They used to think that because the way he looked. So he was such a lovely spirit. But, and even now, even throughout my years, I've had, not to say you should go to them, but in the past, I have been to a tarot reader, and they were saying that my brother's with me, he's around me, you know, he's just there, do you understand? But, so if he's around me, I want to live to my fullest. I want to make him proud. I want him to look down on me and say, yes, I shared a room with that lovely spirit, that lovely entity. I shared a room with her. That was my sister. Because remember, I believe in reincarnation as well. So people come back, you know. We have a task. We can't get too attached to people. We can't get too attached. Everyone's here is for a divine purpose. But when we come to this life, we forget everything and we get attached to this world. But his energy is around me all the time. So why wouldn't I want to show up in my best authentic self? So this is what I'm asking of you guys that have had a loss, you know, a devastating loss. And it is hard to move on. But everything is a choice and everything is a perception. So why don't you choose to show up as your best self? Let that person that has passed, that is your dear loved one, why don't you let them look at you and say, wow, I'm proud? Because when we're living to our best, when we're being our best authentic divine self, when we're living in abundance, when we're living in joy and happiness and fulfillment and vibrating at a high frequency, we are saluting the Most High. We are saluting the Creator. Yeah? Because that is how you give God the glory, is living to your best, your divine self. That is how we give God the glory. You know? So I would say, yes, death is something that can be devastating and it is a loss. But what I teach my children as well is that I'm going to go one day. But just remember, I'm watching over you and I don't want you to be sad. I want you to celebrate me. And this is what I do for dead people as well. Celebrate them every year. Maybe light a candle on the day that they died and things like that. That's the only thing I ask for you. I don't want you to destroy yourself. I don't want you to become weak. I want you to keep going and keep going strong. Knowing that I'm always with you. So I want you guys that have lost someone that is dear to you, just keep going. Keep going strong. Let them see that you are a winner. Shine bright because they're in a better place. And then sometimes you could stop them from getting to a better place because they're attached to you as well. And it's like they can't leave you. They don't want to leave you devastated like that. So I would ask you guys to see death from a different perspective and just see it as that they're ascending. They're ascending to a better place. Their spirit is still with you. The energy is still with you. And they want you to win. They don't want you to be broken. They don't want you to be lost. They don't want you to be sad. They don't want you to be depressed. They want you to fly. They want you to fly and choose to fly in every situation. And just like death, if we take on every situation, every challenges in our life, every mountain that faces us, if we accept it like that, in peace, in love, in gratitude, because we don't know why that thing has happened. We don't know. There's so many reasons why it could have happened. Sometimes, remember, death used to just, back in the time, like hundreds and hundreds of years ago, death used to just come in the night time and while people were sleeping. Now death has a reason. But you know that there's a reason for everything. We all wasn't meant to be born and live unto 100 and something years. Some cases, we just don't know. Some people die untimely. Some people it was for the divine plan. We don't know. So let's not break ourselves in the process. The dead, they want us to win. The people that we've lost, the people that we love dearly, they want us to win. So people, fly and live to your full, divine, authentic self. Shine bright. Let the heavenly see your star shining bright. Thank you guys. And I really, really appreciate it. And, you know, rest in peace to the loved ones, to our loved ones. May God continue to guide them and guide us as well on our journey. And I pray for you guys long life and prosperity and joy, abundance. But this life, we're not going to be here forever. And that's just the harsh reality, you know? Okay. Thank you guys. Peace and love. And please, I'm not sure if you can comment just yet because something's going on with YouTube, but they've stopped the comments. But I think it's from next month, February, it should be back on. So please like, comment and subscribe. Please subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much, guys.